Welcome guys. In this chapter, we are going to understand the concept of CSS variables. A CSS variable is used to insert the value of a CSS variable in the web page. We can create local and global kind of CSS variables. A global variable can be accessed throughout the entire page, while the local variable can only be accessed inside the selector where it is defined. We can use the colon root selector to create the global CSS variable because it has access to the document root. The local variable can be created by declaring it inside the selector that it is going to use it. And the local CSS variable will override the global variable defined earlier. Here you can see we have a boilerplate code for the demo. We have a div with class card wrapper and then heading with text CSS variables and then subheading as make code easier to read and update. Then we have a to card with the h2 as card 1 heading and then paragraph with some dummy content and then another card which has to card 2 heading and then dummy content. Let's see the preview. The preview looks very simple right now. Here you can see our heading and then subheading and then to card text. Now let's add the CSS. So as I mentioned earlier, to create the global CSS variable, we need to use the colon roots selector. And now I'm going to define few variables here. Let's see how we can define. So here I am defining something called as primary color as a variable. So while developing your web page, there are few design that you need to use. And then these colors are very important. So these also define the brand color and as well. So here our primary color is the brand color of any company. So here my brand color is something like this, that 1200AF. Okay, so that's the blue color of my Dhanu Sir is the brand color, and then secondary color uh, is the color that is used second most. Okay, so that's my red color, and there are few extra color that I need to define. Okay, so that I can use it regularly in my coding. So that is like lighter color. Okay, so for that f6 f6 f6. Okay, and then the lightest color, okay, that is the white. Okay, now I can use this variable inside my CSS and make the code readable as well as easier to update. Those we will see in this demo. Now let's first define the CSS for heading and then subheading. Okay, so here we have a card wrapper and then heading. Okay, so that's okay, let me basically, okay, yeah, and then text to align as center. You can see our CSS variable text is now at center, and now I will use the color, okay, as the primary color here. Okay, and now if I save it, there you go. Okay, the color is changed. Similarly, what I will do, I will update the color for my subheading. Okay, and as the secondary color and secondary color. Okay, and there you go. So there are few margin that we need to fix here, 0, and then margin top at 0. Okay, there you go. Now we have some cards. Let's style them. Okay, card wrapper card, and now let's set the width as 300 pixel. Okay, and then we need to set the border. Okay, and 1 pixel solid, and let's use the color from our variable as uh, primary color. Okay, then let me give the padding as 1 rem, and then margin as 1 rem, margin as 1 rem. Okay, and now let's make it float left so that it can come side by side. Here you go. Okay, and then let's also give the background color as variable and primary color, and here you go. Okay, so you can see that I don't need to use the this color code 1200af, okay, everywhere. I just need to use the easily remembered text, that is primary color, instead of that color code, okay, that hex code, which is very difficult to remember, right? And now we need to define these h2 and p. Okay, so here h2, okay, and color as where, and then let's use the lightest color, that is white. And similarly for p, let's use the light color. Okay, here you go. So I hope you understand how these color are being used here. Now let's see the actual use of CSS variable. Here if you see, if I want to update the background color of card, okay, then I can just need to update this color. Okay, here suppose royal blue. Okay, if I just set this, then that background color has been updated to all the places where it is supposed to be updated, right? Just I have updated to one place. Okay, and here also if I set to 333 or 444, and then it just updated. Similarly, if I just want to make the lighter color, okay, yellow, okay, there it go, right? So you can see how easily I am updating the color scheme here of the page by just updating the variables. That's why the CSS variable make the code more readable, you can see here. Okay, and easy to update, you can see, right? Now uh, let's get back to our previous. Okay, now suppose for the card I want a different primary color, right? Then how to do it, right? So for that we need to define the local variable. Okay, and we can do this here like this. And now if I want a different color, okay, suppose this, then I can do this. Okay, so you can see the CSS variable had the primary color, which is defined in root. However, the primary color for the card is different, okay, and it's local only. I hope you understood the concept of CSS variable through this chapter, and you will use this in your project effectively. Thank you for watching. See you in the next chapter.